Why is backup first your recommendation for everything? Hi, everyone. Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. In your response to the Spectre and Meltdown vulnerabilities, the first thing you recommended was to back up. Why? How does that relate to anything? How does backing up help protect me from malware and vulnerabilities? I harp on backing up a lot. I know that. But I do it on purpose. As I've said elsewhere, nothing protects you and your data like a complete recent backup. I want to be clear. The kind of backup I advocate is what's called a complete system image backup. That's a backup of an entire hard disk, including your operating system, the installed programs, hidden partitions, and of course, all of your data that's on that drive. Other types of backups are certainly better than nothing, don't get me wrong, and it's incredibly important to back up at least your data. But for the issues we're about to consider, it's a system image backup that's going to save your bacon. Once vulnerabilities are discovered in software, if malware gets on your machine, it now has a known way to exploit that vulnerability and wreak havoc. Depending on the specifics, you may or may not be able to remove the malware through traditional means. For example, by using an anti-malware tool. Even then, once your security software says the malicious software has been removed, there's still no way to know with 100% accuracy that it's correct. Malware's number one job is to hide. And there's really no way to know your security software saw through all the possible deceptions. Short of reinstalling your system from scratch, restoring from an image backup taken prior to the malware's arrival is the only way to know for sure that the malware has been removed. So whenever I hear the phrase new vulnerability discovered, I immediately think back up and use that as an opportunity to remind everyone of what I've just described. Here's one way a backup can rescue you. Some vulnerabilities only enable reading of protected memory areas. All they do is read data, so they can't damage anything and you won't lose any data, right? Well, consider the following. Malware infects your machine. The malware uses a vulnerability to read otherwise protected operating system internal memory. What the malware finds is information that allows it then to request and be granted administrative privileges on your computer. With administrative privileges, the malware can read and write and encrypt and delete and destroy whatever it has a mind to. The vulnerabilities don't directly harm you, but they enable the malware's ability to harm you. Again, a backup protects you from the majority of that harm. Another scenario in which a backup will save your bacon can occur around Microsoft updates. While it's gotten better of late, Microsoft's track record of providing stable updates is sometimes questionable. A few users find themselves in this unenviable situation. It's important that you take all updates to protect yourself from malware that might exploit the vulnerabilities, but the update you take might brick your machine. Now, yes, point two shouldn't happen. And to be fair, it does not happen very often, but it can. A complete system image backup taken prior to the update will protect you from the update if the update goes bad. If you find your machine unresponsive after the update, you can restore the backup image and wait for the update to be, well, updated so it's no longer problematic. Yes, absolutely. It's extremely frustrating if this happens to you. But it's important not to let the fear of updates prevent you from updating. A complete system image backup is your fear-reducing safety net. An image backup represents a snapshot of your entire computer at a point in time. A snapshot you could revert to should anything untoward happen. When you can always revert to that prior snapshot of your machine, then no matter what happens from that point forward, it can't get any worse. If it does, you revert. That's why anytime I'm faced with risk, I back up, be it installing major updates, performing cleanup and/or repair operations, replacing or upgrading hardware, or just making changes to the work you keep on your machine. A backup is your safety net. Backup. Backup often. Sooner or later, you'll be very, very glad you did, and it'll always be part of my response. For updates, for comments, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/33048. I'm Leo Notenboom, still not an AI, and this is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.